Hope you enjoy this next piece. For us, it was easier to take a bus with a group visa in your country. I thought it was strange. We had been mortal enemies for decades, and now here I am on a bus to see you. You show me your splendor as I drive through my rectangular window in this mass transport. I watch the streets out the bus window. Thin black cords were randomly thrown, scattered along the edges of the grayed sky. When you looked at the sky here, upwards of 15 cables for all the power-generated trains crisscrossed the hanging light cables down every street, and cables multiplied at every intersection. I wondered if the Marine I came with would have heightened defenses in this Cold War country, but I think he was more interested in buying a bottle of potato vodka.
Yeah.
The bus would stop. I would snap photos like some tacky American tourist, trying to photograph any low buildings I could. Here, buildings could not be built tall, and that is what protected them from air attacks during World War II. The bus drove me through the town highlights. After we turned a corner from the government buildings or colorful churches, I tried to catch photographic glimpses of paint-peeled, brick-exposed, dilapidated buildings. What this country was really about were doorsteps cracked and separated from the sidewalk. The bus wouldn't stop at Nevsky Prospect to see Alice Rosenbaum's childhood home, so before we left, I wanted to ask the woman in charge some questions. Her English was good. She even described the weather that day to me as capricious, which impressed me. Capricious, impulsive, unpredictable. That was how she described the day. After photographing stop signs in foreign languages from around the world, I wanted to photograph a stop sign here. I asked her where there was a stop sign. She said they did not have stop signs here. Everyone just slows down for oncoming traffic. She also said that they also do not have parking meters in the city. People just park where they need to and go about their business. She told me that in this part of her country, rent for one-bedroom apartments was about $100 a month. Factory workers or mechanical employees only made about $300 a month. This is why there are no at-home housewives. Everyone has to work to afford keeping the children clothed and fed in their one-bedroom flats. She also said that people in the service industries, teachers, doctors, made only $200 less than factory workers. I continued observing on this bus ride. They painted their buildings such pretty colors, yellow, pink. They painted columns on buildings, which had none. Anything to make things look more elegant or more cheerful, I suppose. I saw your weaponry on display, reminding me of when we were enemies. If you couldn't kill us in war, you were pleased with injuring us. It took more of our soldiers to help save our sick than bury our dead, leaving us weaker and more vulnerable to our enemies. You still have and keep your war relics, I see. Then again, so do I. You show off your best features today. Your idolatry for your motherland shows through in the way you prettied your exteriors for us. But your government takes over half of your money and you can barely live. They indoctrinate you by saying that this is what's best for you. You have no other options. I suppose that under these circumstances, anyone can become so dependent on them that you have no choice but to idolize them. I saw a statue as we were leaving town on the bus of a man helping another fallen man. It made me think of how all people in your country with next to nothing seem to have no choice but to help their fellow man because they, like them, are fallen. I look for happiness in these painted exteriors of your buildings. I believe that because of where you are from, because of what you believe, you only have happiness because you are so used to nothing. When you have nothing, anything is a gift. We Americans want too much and always expect to be happy. I suppose it means you're let down less and less often than we. The Marine bought his Imperia vodka. I bought a miniature Bellalica. At a half hour before midnight here, it was still light out. And after seeing how you lived for a day, I felt like reveling in capitalism. So at 11:30 at night, in daylight, I sat in a hot tub while still docked at these communist shores. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this, and thank you so much, Buddha. Thank you very much for being here.